if I bled to yesterday, would tomorrow ever come? If I could have seen the road ahead before I came undone. When I know my time is here, I will never see again. You told me that I found the truth, but you didn't tell me when. What is hope? Is it the road? What is time left behind? Today was Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Why don't I turn the music down so you can hear what I'm saying? My name is Blaine. You are listening to, or you are watching Tarnation TV here on YouTube. The broadcast of the Shake and Bake Series Season number 2 rolls on with race number 5 presented by Talladega Nights. This evening's music, a little bit of a glitch midway through there, but it is from, as you can see on the screen, from a band called MANAHAN. www.reverbnation.com/MANAHAN to get all that stuff, or on all your streaming services. Unfortunately, Mr. MANAHAN is no longer with us, but he's coming up on a couple of years now since his passing, but he was an awesome dude, and he made some great tunes local out of Toronto, so rest in peace, buddy. He made some amazing music, and we got to see him a bunch of times playing live. Younger guy. When we first met him, he wasn't even old enough to play in the bars he was playing in, but they let him in because this is what he was doing. So there's an exception to the rule. Today's race looks like a full house yet again. A full stack of at least 30 guys I'm seeing here now. Currently in the drivers' meeting. Drivers getting ready to qualify. That should be a good one. If you like the channel, you can subscribe to it, give it a thumbs up. Also check the description below for links to all the bands that we use, such as what you're hearing now with MANAHAN. Everything is linked below, as well as the Tarnation TV website, Facebook page, and of course the Talladega Nights website as well. There's a lot of information on that website. Thanks to Donnie Elliott for keeping that thing going. I know that's not a fun job. It's not pretty, but he does a fantastic job keeping that thing together. All the updated points can be located there. From season to season, currently now, a 4th series has been added to the Talladega Nights roster, if you would call it. Calendar. We'll call it a calendar. The Talladega Nights League has added a 4th series to the calendar. On Tuesday nights there will be a dirt series racing the dirt late models. Looks like a lot of fun, and that'll be run by Bob, aka Pumpkin Sire, formerly of East Coast Thunder, migrating the series over to Talladega Nights. A lot of fun and a lot of work racing the dirt series. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to run this series. It's also a lot of work to drive it. If you've ever driven dirt in this game, it originally was never in the game. The community added dirt tracks and setups, and very, very fun. And it is a lot of work. You get a lot of work on the wheel here at the super speedway known as Talladega. It's mentally fatiguing, where dirt track racing is both mentally and really physically fatiguing as well. Your arms working that wheel, trying to keep that thing straight. We got somebody's at the door. Hello? Who might that be? Hey Jeff, what's happening, man? We got the Tarnation TV doorbell installed, so it seems to be working. So that, are we going up there for driver introductions? That's probably what's going to happen.
All right, so here we go. I'm going to bring you up, okay?
Yeah, we got the doorbell, and we're going.
Doorbell's working.
That's it. Fortunately, the broadcast didn't hear that before because I was in a different screen. That's always very professional.
None of you guys answered me on that first one. So
All right, guys.
Screw you all.
Quiet, please.
Lone
We have
Ranger.
Blaine Donlin in the room, please. All right, Blaine, go for it.
Good evening, gentlemen, and thanks again for doing the rundown of the roster this evening. So that'll be a lot of fun. So I'll just hand it on back to Jeff. And looks like it's going to be a full house. It's going to be an awesome race. Thanks again.
Thanks, Blaine. Glad to have you. Audience, anybody that's watching, drivers, we have 31. It's an awesome field tonight. We're going to start with the drivers, starting with the number 0. So go for it, buddy. Pat McCarthy.
You're up.
Pat McCarthy, you there? We can't hear him.
All right. Well, I'll say the number 0, Pat McCarthy, and I believe he's from Indiana. All right. So we'll go with number 3 there. Go ahead, Gary.
Gary Heiser, number 3, Goodrich Chevrolet, Mount Sterling, Kentucky.
I'll speak in behalf of Wayne Prednow, number 4 out of
Hartford, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. There you go.
Chris Elliott in the number 9 Dodge Doritos machine from Mooresville, North Carolina. Just got to say a shout out to my wonderful wife, Tammy.
Kelly Kazi, number 00. And anybody know where he's from? Mississippi boy. Good job there, Kelly. 09.
09, Larry Wyndham from Blue Mountain, Mississippi, driving the BHD Chevrolet. I want to give a shout out to all my Delta Force Black Hawk Down players.
Number 12, driving the USAA Bank. Gary Mingus from Tallahassee, Florida.
Mississippi.
Go ahead, Randy Clappin. All right. Well, we have number 20, Randy Claflin. Don't know where he's from, but welcome, Randy. Michigan. There he is, Michigan.
There I am.
All right. Go ahead, Randy.
Car number
Randy
20,
Wall
Randy
from Huntsville,
Claflin.
Alabama.
We'll go Randy Clappin first. Number 20.
Randy Claflin, car number 20, the Howe Racing Enterprises Ford Mustang. And give a shout out to Tarnation TV for coming to do the broadcast.
Randy Wall, 21 Dodge, Alabama Crimson Tide car. I want to shout out to my son Corey and to my grandson who just won first place in North Alabama in wrestling.
All right.
Number 23, Toyota Tundra, yeah. Toyota Yeti car, sponsored by Lone Racer Racing. Shout out to my son Nolan, who gave me a wheel for Christmas.
Number 27, Bob Sire, a.k.a. Pumpkin, Burlington, Wisconsin, U.S. Army, USPS Chevrolet.
Mark Paglia, Gainesville, Georgia, driving the 28 Wood Brothers Motorcraft Ford.
Bill Evans, Newark, Ohio, driving the 33 Dodge, Back to the Future. Shout out to my wife. Get better soon.
Benny Carroll, 41 American Freedoms.
Number 43, Bob Dixon from Macon, Georgia, driving the Petty STP car. Hello, Trey.
Tom Dixon, number 45, Batman car from Byron, Georgia. And again, I am still fine as frog hair.
Alex Moe, Southern California, car number 48, the Lowe's Chevrolet. Race hard, use your heads. Good luck to all involved tonight.
Ken Roberts, 55, driving the Black Buffalo Chevrolet out of West Bend, Wisconsin.
Jeffrey Elliott from Mooresville, North Carolina, driving the Chevy Camaro, shake and bake, smooth ride, painted by Blaine Donlin himself. So good luck to all you guys tonight.
Keith Bynum, number 63, Chevrolet Camaro, sponsored by Hubcap Anti-Austell, Georgia. If you need a hubcap, a wheel, center cap, anything for your vehicle, please reach out to me. That's what I do. Good luck, everybody.
Doug First, Sarnia, Ontario, the OLA. I want to thank Blaine for doing what he's doing for us there, and good luck, guys.
Craig Gagley out of Paducah, Kentucky, in the 82 Aqua Adventure Super Wash Ford.
Grant Wesley from Evansville, Indiana, driving the number 88 NOS Energy XFM Dodge Challenger. Thanks for having me.
Mike Mangialardi, driving the 029 car out of Pedro Way, Washington. Black Hawk Down crew. I'd like to give a shout out to my buddies at the Rainier Room.
Brian Lovell, number 043, Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Go Wolfpack.
Nate Balser driving the 079 Black Van Halen Chevrolet out of Seattle, Washington.
Greg Lovell from Big Stone Gap, Virginia, driving a number 088 Ford Mustang Havoline car painted by Frank Divins.
191 Mike Sanders driving the Ford Mustang under Sin City Motorsports from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania.
Dan Lovell from Big Stone Gap, Virginia, driving the 388 Eagles car, who's right now stomping the Giants on their way to the Super Bowl. Everybody have a good race.
Okay.
Stephen Brandstetter from Randolph, Oklahoma, driving the 510s Shake and Bake Ford Mustang.
All righty. Well, Blaine, anything you'd like to share with us?
Nope, just the usual things. So many people coming out to these things. It's a lot of fun to broadcast, and it should be a lot of fun. So thanks, guys, and have a good race.
Well, stick around for 1 second because we 31 drivers like to tell you something. Let's go, guys.
Let it rip.
Blaine, you're the man. You're the man.
You're the man. Thank you.
Yeah, Blaine, how about them dogs?
All right, that's good.
All right, I'm going to bring more down. Bring back up to the tower, guys. So here we go. Let's get the show on.
Thanks a lot, guys. Well, there you go. They they blew us up last week. They blew us up again today, and the TeamSpeak audio is definitely working. We got the brand new Tarnation TV doorbell installed just in case anybody wants to bombard the booth. They can ring the doorbell in advance. I'm currently looking at a practice session here now. These guys just get out here and practice for a little bit before they go to qualifying session. So as that happens, we were talking about, let me see, we were talking about before about the new series. They had some new series stuff going on here. So these are the series we were talking about Monday, the Back to the Future series. It's no longer a point series. It's just a fun race and come out on Monday, race for fun. No points are involved. And they usually replace practices with a couple of little short races before the main event. So it's completely random. Totally up for grabs. That'll be a lot of fun.
I need the driver, the crew chief, and a hauler.
Looks like they're calling for qualifying. We'll wait till the race to explain the brand new series here because of qualifying underway.
I need the driver, the crew chief, and a hauler.
Radio communications from the game letting me know I need to get in my car for qualifying. I have retired my car because being an older game, I need to do that. Otherwise, I take up a spot on the track and nobody will like that. Yeah, the series on Monday, Back to the Future series, it's a fun series. They race the old original mod that came with the game, the old original tracks, and some gripped up setups to make it really fun to drive. They were going to keep track of points, and then they decided to abandon that and just make it a fun. Basically just make it a fun series if guys want to come out on Mondays and run some laps. Usually a pretty good turnout. I believe Jeff was saying they had up around 20-25 drivers last Monday. The Monday series, there's some very popular Monday series being run in other leagues around this community. So instead of trying to compete for driver numbers, it's easiest just to have a fun race. Guys can come out and race here if they like. And if there's some events going on around, then, it's a lot of these leagues work together trying to mix match schedules, make sure they don't step on each other. So Saturday is where it's at here at Talladega Nights. Not a lot of leagues operate on the weekends. So if you need more information about Talladega Nights, like I said before, in the description below, line number 1 is a link directly to their website. all the leagues they run here. Back to the Future Series, the Dirt Track Series on Tuesdays, Friday with the trucks, and then you're watching tonight is the Monster Energy 2019 cars in the Shake and Bake Series. Points are tracked in the Dirt Series, the Truck Series, and in this series as well. So over the course of 12-week seasons, winners are crowned at the end, and there is prizes involved. Coffee mugs, little trophies, whatever they can kind of get sponsorships to get their hands on and customize for the winners. So if you are consistent and you do want to come out week after week, you do have a chance of picking up one of them things, even if it's just a gift card. All that stuff is available. Looks like we are currently about ready to wrap up qualifying. We'll give you a live shot here of the statistics. As these guys come around for lap number 2, this will start to shake around. Grant Wesley at the top, that is no surprise, with a 52.445. Greg Lovell above him now in first with a 52.4. Oh, wow, 52.445 and a 52.451. 52.456, 52.459. 45. It's amazing how close this is. I'm a mid-pack qualifier. I'm usually down around 15th. I've never been able to cut a 52.4. And it would appear that even if you did, you still wouldn't get a podium. Because these guys they know the way around this track. There's tricks to doing it. I think like it's really all in the wheel setup, physically on your desk, how you have your wheel tuned with the game settings. Certain settings make the car a little bit erratic. Once you get it honed in there, really is a lot of fun messing around with that stuff. And if you do need help with stuff like that, there's all kinds of guys in here that'll totally help you get your stuff set up. Because when I first started doing this, my wheel was a little bit twitchy. Ask the questions and you shall get answers. Steering linearity and dampening. There's all kinds of these sliders in the options menu on this thing to help you get going. So as the drivers practice here in happy hour, most of them will be practicing their pit stops, finding their stalls, because depending where you qualify, it also depends where your pit stall will be on pit road, with approximately 31 drivers in here. About 32 or so, it looks like. We're definitely in the low 30s. I omit myself, obviously, because I'm not driving tonight. It's a long pit road. And it will be a busy pit road, which is always fun. Last week's standings are as follows. Da, 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 da. Why did I not have that set up? I do have that set up. After 4 races. There it is. After 4 races, a total of 44 different drivers have competed here at Talladega for the Shake and Bake Series number 2. Manny D at the very bottom, I believe he was only able to maybe race at a couple of them. But the top 10 is what matters. But why is there 3 people in 10th place? Well, that's because they're all tied for 10th. I do not know if that's an excellent question to ask Jeffrey, actually. If at the end of 10 races, the top 10 drivers go into race 11 to see who will be the top 5 people going into the championship race of race number 12. It looks like we got the doorbell going off, so that must be Mark Pagula here in the room. We got Jeffrey with this sound effect now. He's got this doorbell sound effect. So, how you doing, Mark?
Mark Pagula, you with us? He might have stepped away there, Mr. Blaine.
Ah,
I was
no
going to bring
problem.
him down here for a quick interview with you real quick.
Your doorbell's working fantastic.
Is it? Well, let me go find somebody else real quick for a minute.
Where's Greg?
I'm here. I just had to go pee.
There he is. Mark.
Got about a minute, guys. Go ahead.
Okay.
I love how you can cut a 52.456 lap and not be first. You're third on the podium.
Those other guys are tough. Greg's always tough in qualifying.
Yeah, and Wesley too. So, I mean, to get close to those guys, I was just saying too, I'm usually a mid-pack qualifier. I've never cut a 52.4, but the top 6 cars tonight are 52.4. So inside row seems to be where you'll be starting. Is that your favorite spot?
To be honest, no, I'd rather be in the outside lane, but I think we'll be okay, starting third right behind Greg. If I can push him hard enough, maybe I can get in the top line with him after we get out of turn 2, but we'll see.
Right. With the races being longer here now, they lengthened it just a little bit. It's like a total of 57 laps now. Does that change your strategy on pits at all?
I don't think so. We're just going to have to go with the flow of the race and see where we're at and deal with the cautions as they come.
Right on, man. Well, I guess we're getting close to race time, so I'll let you get back to it. Any shout-outs you got before heading back to the track?
Just shout out to Chris and Jeffrey for putting this on. They do a great job for us, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. Thanks, man. Have a good luck tonight.
You too. Thanks. Appreciate it.
I just want you guys to hear this. Got to hear it one more time. Ready? All right. I'm going to move us back up, Blaine. Thanks, bud.
Oh, Jeff is going to abuse that doorbell, I can tell. Getting ready to go racing here in less than a minute. I will get to round 2 asking Jeffrey there if there is a tiebreaker at the end of race number 10, but as of right now, there is your standings. Mark Pagula currently sitting at the top of the list. He is, he's got 1 win under his belt, currently sitting in first. This is race number 5, so we are halfway until they stop counting points here and we move into the championship round. So Mark is in a very good position if he can consistently show up for the next 5 races. So it'll be fun watching those guys. So we got Mark Pagula, Denny Carroll, Keith Bynum, Dan Lovell, Stephen Brandstetter, Jeffrey Elliott, Chris Elliott, Bill Hemi Evans, Robert Breedlove, also known as DEI, Bobby Farrell, Larry Wyndham, and Ken Roberts. Farrell, Wyndham, and Roberts all tied for the 10th spot. That will probably change by the end of this race. And everybody else that's in there, that average finishing point tally for a race is around 100 to 150-ish points. The winner gets about 180 to 190. So you can see how close it actually is. The drivers that are listed in black on that list you're looking at, it shows their like it was, for instance, Randy Waugh minus 14 points back from qualifying.
Drivers, to your car.
Hey, who's at the door now? Greg Lovell.
We got just a second on a pace lap. You want to hit Greg for a quick 30 seconds.
We can do that.
Hey, buddy. How's it going, bud?
Oh, not bad. Sitting up here and watching this stuff shake down. I thought Wesley was going to get that lap there, but you got him by about a millionth of a second.
Yeah, it was a close one.
So same deal as always. You're on the inside line. I just asked Mark the same question. Is that a favorite spot, or are you going to try to run the middle, high line?
I'm going to try to get in that center groove as soon as possible, if I can.
That's the spot to be.
Oh, yeah.
With the extra laps that have been added. Oh, here's the call. Gentlemen, start your engines. With the extra 10 laps being added to this event on Saturday, does that affect your fuel strategy, your pit stop strategy at all?
Not really. It really all depends on cautions, Blaine. Really, if there's a caution, cautions matter when it comes to fuel mileage. It just depends on when it comes out and how many laps is left, really.
Right. I guess that's, yeah, you just have to deal with it as you're racing, right? It's never really a prediction you can make early in the race.
Yeah, I don't really like fuel mileage racing. I would rather just race it out myself, you know, but some guys like it.
Do you use the clutch a lot, or you just go pedal to the metal and go for it?
I'm clutching right now.
Oh, already it has begun.
Yeah, yeah.
It does make a big difference, though. By the end of the race, you know, you might have that extra half lap you need.
Yep.
I need to get us back up, guys. Sorry. Any call outs, any shout outs there, Greg, real quick?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to BSR and you, Blaine, and Tally Knights and Open Speedway. Everybody, man, let's get it.
Let's get it on. All right, Blaine. Thanks, buddy. I got to get us back up there quickly.
Yep, get her going. We'll be watching. The Lovell brothers should have much stable internet tonight. They had some issues in their area for the last far too long, locally, logistically, where they live in the country. And sometimes you would see them warping out, unfortunately, on the track. Those issues were fixed last week. The technicians of their internet service provider actually did what was promised and upgraded the internet. So these guys now, if they were tough to beat before with iffy internet, they're going to be really hard to stop now that they've got a nice consistent connection. So we'll get in the car with Greg and see what it looks like. A green flag wave. As we come through the tri-oval on the first lap, the race is now official. Greg firmly holding that bottom line. Oh no! That's not fun. Yellow flag is out. Big wreck there coming out of the tri-oval. The server looks like it might be hopping a little bit too. I don't know. It looks like all the cars just disappeared for a split second there. We'll go back and we will look at that. Not a fun way to start the race. I was saying how awesome of a start it was too. I'm not sure if there will be a restart, but we will find out. It looks like it involved, unfortunately, Randy Waugh. Can't really get a good camera angle on this. So we get to go to old-fashioned helicopter camera. As we're coming into the corner, too close for comfort right there, unfortunately. Level up on his roof. Oh, lots of damage. Yeah. I think Dan Lovell's day might be over, unfortunately, this early in the race. He got one lap done, and that car got just pounded. Well, that will be a wild ride inside the cockpit. Let's take a look at that in an instant replay here. The cause of the yellow, I think, was a bump in the turn. We'll go full sound here, so I'll be quiet. Back to the pits. Car has not been retired. Well, let's check. Nope, car has not been retired. We definitely have some front end damage on the front of the 388 at Dan level. This is live, so we'll get rid of their instant replay thing. Bad luck there. Looks like he's getting it repaired, though, and it's always worth giving it a shot. Sometimes you'd be surprised. Who is smoking out there? We're going to have to see who's smoking. Wayne Pribnow is smoking. Let's see why what has happened to Wayne. I don't recall him being in that accident, but he may have tagged somebody on the way out of it. I guess we're going to find out in a second here. Looks like he got a hold of that middle wall. Oh, I don't know. That's really strange. It looks like that happened to him after. I don't see any smoke. The car just blew up. Yeah, trying to figure out what happened to Wayne here, and it doesn't look like anything. The car just blew up under caution. Rewind it and see if Wayne came into contact with anything to cause that overheating issue. It doesn't even look like it at all. That is very strange. I guess you know what they call that's just going to be one of those game things. Sometimes somebody's going to pop a motor, and unfortunately it looks like it was Wayne Pribnow in the number 4. I don't know why I do not have his car file downloaded. That's just one of those stock game generated weird ones. We'll just keep an eye on Wayne here right now. He will probably head to his pit stall and he'll be forced to retire. The pit crew will not be able to repair damage like that. There's the 4 pit. And unfortunately, the 4 retires. Jeffrey Elliott, one of the league owners here, racing the Shake and Bake Yellow Disaster. Michael Sanders.
I'm here.
What's happening, man?
That was we lucked out on that one. That was close.
Was it? Yeah. I was looking at all kinds of stuff. I guess Pribnow's engine blew up for no reason after the fact. I didn't know. It didn't even look like he got caught in it at all. He just, I guess, was a victim to the random papyrus engine failure of the night.
Yeah, we got a lot of drivers out here, but we also got a lot of talent. So I think it's going to be a good race. It's going to be clean.
Yeah, you're currently sitting in 15th, which would be about mid-pack. So you narrowly missed that. I guess I could back up the replay and find you. Let's do that. Let's put it in replay mode and see. Because you said it was a near miss, eh? On that big wreck.
Yeah, I don't know how many cars were involved.
Oh, that was really close for you. That happened right off your right door. Cars involved, it looked like there was about 4 or 5. It was definitely the 388 of level and Waugh in the turn there. And then fortunate enough for you, you just got to watch it all disappear in your rearview mirror.
Yeah, like I said, we a little bit of luck helped us on that one.
Any wild plans strategy-wise for the pit stops this evening?
Well, actually, during practice, it seemed like hooked up with the 82, and we seem to be pretty strong when we're in the drafting mode, whether he's in front or I'm in front. So at some point during the race, we're going to try to get together and go from there.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. Craig Hagley and Mr. Saunders teaming up. Somebody's got to get up there and give guys like Wesley and and Ken Roberts and stuff a run for their money. So,
Well, the one thing you need to bring here is patience, and that's what we need. We'll get there.
right on, man. Patience is the name of the game. Any shutouts you want to throw down before we send you back out to the track?
I just want to say hello to all the WGT golf buddies that we do after the race here.
Oh yeah, that's the little side room here at Talladega Nights. All the golfers.
Yep, we got some tournaments going on, and we've got a couple more weeks left before the finale.
Oh, right on, right on. So you guys have a big tournament? Is that you track all those numbers and?
Yeah, we've got. I'm in the unlimited. There's 11 of us, so we've got a 10 game schedule, and right now I'm in third.
Oh wow! Well, good luck over there. And,
get ready to go around turn 3.
Rock and roll, man. So yeah, good luck in the golfing and good luck in the NASCAR driving, man. We'll send you back to the track and have a good night.
Okay, thanks a lot. Good talking to you.
Thanks. Jeffrey Elliott running the drivers into the booth tonight. Thanks for Michael for eavesdropping. But yeah, he nearly missed that wreck back there. He was lucky enough to be on the low end of that. It's a good spot to be, that low line. I'm a big fan of the high line, but you do end up catching some of the wrecks because they always go up the track. Because all we do here is turn left. As we get set to go green, we'll turn our tickers back on here, and we will get an up-to-date readout of the current standings rolling across the top of your screen, courtesy of Peter Dickent. This guy coded that ticker. I don't know how he did it. He's a magician. But we thank you, Mr. Peter, because the community uses this ticker. Everybody uses this ticker for live broadcasting, either with real people or artificial intelligence. A live data stream is always awesome. Currently in first position, we've got the car of Larry, the 09 of Larry Wyndham. Took the green in first. Occupying the outside line. Looks like they're trying to go 3 wide here. Grant Wesley down on the bottom. If you want to know how to get to the front, you follow the 88. You may notice the cars look a little bit different this evening. Graphics-wise, I've updated the cars with a different reflection texture, only for Talladega, which is a very nice option to be able to make it track-specific. At least if I knew something was wrong with the game, at least I knew if I installed this and it broke the game, I would know how to fix it again. So it looks like it's working pretty good. I've been stress tested it all week. So the new shiny cars add a little bit more realism. Got some really tight racing going on back there. Guys were fanning out almost 4 wide back here. The start of lap 9 begins right now. Takes a couple laps for these cars to get warmed up. Nothing too crazy, but see that blue car in the middle of the screen there going up the middle. That's Doug Heulick. Thanked his son in the pre-race there for buying him a steering wheel for Christmas. For my 40th birthday, my parents and my brothers bought me the wheel that I currently use now, and that was a pretty awesome day. Yeah, we're going downtown for a sandwich. I'm like, oh, great. And then we pulled up in front of the local, my favorite local computer store, and I was like, are you serious? I'd been using the same wheel. I didn't even need a new wheel, but hey, I'm using a new wheel now because it was free. At the end of race 4, after the official results were tallied, some movers and shakers in that race. Unfortunately for Bill Hemi Evans, he qualified in 6th place at the start of race number 4 and ended up finishing in 24th. And Bob Dixon on the same boat qualified 3rd, ended up 16th. But Pat McCarskey last race qualified in 30th position and ended up taking home 6th place finish. Amazing gains to the front there, a couple good pit stops and all that kind of stuff. It all comes together at the end, avoiding some accidents and just, a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, found his way from 30th to 6th. Another big mover last week was Billy Elliser. He qualified 24th to start that race last week and ended up finding a 10th place finish as well. So good bump in points for those guys. Not so much for Bob Dixon and Bill Evans. But every week is different. That's why points series are really fun, because you can win some and you can lose some. Unfortunately, tonight we've had 3 retirees already. Randy Waugh has retired from the race. Dan Lovell has retired from the race because of the accident as well. And Wayne Pribnow had to retire 2 laps after the accident because of a engine valve. And that was just a random engine failure, because we went back on the replay there and it seemed that Wayne didn't hit anything. He was just driving a car and it blew up. He could have missed a shift, but we were under caution, so I doubt it. Hopefully this new little graphic enhancement makes these cars look a little bit different. Maybe, it's cool to try different stuff. I'm always trying different things to make the broadcast look a little different. I'm really digging this new reflection texture, so hopefully everybody agrees. You can always go back to the other one too. Currently leading the pack down the back straightaway, Greg Lovell, followed by Mark Pagula and Chris Elliott, another league owner in the 9 Doritos car. Low line led by Doug Hewlick, being pushed by Grant Wesley and Ken Roberts. Looks like Bob Dixon and Jeff Elliott on the bottom line, coming up there to make that 5 across. Flaring out to the high side there, Brian Lovell in the 043. He just had to make a move to prevent an accident, probably. And it looks like Denny Carroll in the 41 let him back in line early in the race. So I don't want to push it through too many blocks or squeeze too many guys out of the line right yet. Any moves that are considered a little bit suspect by the driver, they'll remember that at the end. Like, hey man, remember that time you didn't let me back in on lap 14? Yeah. Well, I'm not letting you back in on lap 55, so bye. Two lines solidly traveling around this track. Current fastest lap already here at lap 15. Stephen Brandstetter holding the current lap average, 47.76 seconds at a 200.2 mile per hour average from the start finish line all the way back around. Average speed 200.2 miles per hour already early in the race. Cars haven't even got warmed up yet. So the fuel window is usually somewhere around 17 to 20 laps. But with the accident and a few good caution flags at the start, I will predict our fuel pit window will probably be opening up in the around the lap 20 to 25 range. Everybody has made at least one pit stop, except for Outlaw in the 68, Stephen Brandstetter in the 510, Larry Windham in the 09, Pat McCarskey in the 0, Chris Elliott in the 9, Jeff Elliott in the 55. The 56. Those drivers have not made pit stops. Chris Elliott shoved up out of line there, but he held on to it. So with those drivers not making a pit stop, choosing track position over the early top-up, that pit window now could be opening for them in the next couple of laps. So this could be a fuel strategy, maybe hoping there might be another caution flag. It's so early in the race, just go ahead and do your strategy, like stay out, get that track position, maybe lead a lap or two. I'm going to focus on Jeffrey Elliott right now, because he is currently being scored in third. He'd be third where he sits right now. And he has not pit yet. So his pit window will open before everybody else. The closest car to him that also has not pit is Larry Windham back there in 7th or 8th place. So right now, being pushed by Bob Dixon, Bob will not need to pit. The green car behind Bob, different story. So we're going to see what happens. Under yellow, you usually get 2 laps to 1 on fuel, so you can run 1 yellow lap, and it'll kind of give you a couple extra on that tank. But with everybody else topping up, could get a little bit dicey here. Could be exciting. Tarnation TV likes to thank everybody who provides music for this channel, this evening being MANAHAN. Corey MANAHAN, I knew that guy, unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago. He left behind some quality tunes. ReverbNation.com/MANAHAN for his stuff. Links to all the other bands we use are also in the description below. I did not play my launching broadcast video at the start of this race, as I had to get connected to the server and get into the driver introductions and whatnot, but sometimes I forget to push that button. Struggling for position here. Jeff found his way up to that high line. Well, we're into lap 21 now, so maybe the fuel mileage is going to work out. We have some cars. Couple cars on pit road there now. So far, so good. We had that one little mishap at the start of the race. Looks like Jeffrey might be pulling off right here. He goes. If he could get her down to 55 mile an hour, he'd be good to go. And he's good to go. Lots of breathing room there. Behind him, Brandstetter, Windham, and his brother Chris Elliott in the 9. So the drivers that were on the list to pit are pitting. Currently leading the race, the number 23 car of Hewlett. Back to the lead pack here. As the off-cycle pit stops begin, Windham, Brandstetter, Elliott, everybody in there getting service. Everybody now has gone in for some fuel. The majority of this pack will be next. upside down car. That is not how you want to drive a car. Car is supposed to be driven with the wheels facing the ground. So that, again, changes pit strategy a lot. Let's load up another replay here and check that out. That accident there. It looked like it was level in the 43. Oh, he slid out of his lane and caused a bit of a bottleneck there. Got her up on the doors. Oh, it wants to roll, but it's not going to roll. Might have some damage, but actually doesn't look like he hit too hard. He gets her straightened up, and Brian comes around there to take the yellow and catch up to the end of the pack. So here we got some pit strategy coming into effect again. Because we had this happen at the start of the race. We had an early caution. Most of the drivers chose to head down pits and top up. And we had that pack of the Chris and Jeff Elliott with Brandstetter and a few others, the 09 of Larry Windham. They had opted not to pit and take that track position. Larry Windham did lead 4 laps. Chris Elliott did lead 1, so that worked out in their favor because they took the track position and got those bonus points. Focus on
Jeffrey Elliott to Tarnation Tower.
Tarnation Tower, receiving your call, Mr. Elliott. Good evening, Slingshot.
Howdy, howdy. How's everybody doing up there?
Oh, we're doing pretty good. So some little mishap at the start there, little mishap right there puts us under yellow. So what's the plan, mister?
I got a little bit of damage, so I'm gonna try to see if I can't make up some space in the pit stop and carry it to the end. Just keep the rest of the fenders on it.
That's it, yeah. As long as the thing doesn't have any front end damage, sometimes you'd be surprised how far these things can go. You're in a different car this week. You're not racing the Earnhardt Quad.
No, I wanted to go with the USAA bank. Got a couple other sponsors on it that had to do with veterans. Me being a 22-year veteran, I got to help my buddies out and talk about them as much as I can.
Yeah, man, serving in countries in the military and all that good stuff is always amazing work. I know a few people that do it, and I couldn't, so hats off to those ladies and gentlemen, and all the animals, too.
Hey, I'd like to give a little shout out to Mr. Vegas. Thanks for coming out here tonight, buddy. You're a trooper. Thanks for your service, all your services you've done.
Thank you. I want to give a shout out to my 20-something years ago, my commander was a lieutenant by the name of Don Potter. He retired as a colonel, and I still keep in touch with him, and he's watching these races, and he's been a lifesaver for me, good buddy.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to bring you back up there so I can try to grab one more under this caution. So, Blaine, you want to finish up this interview?
Yep, nope. I was to say thanks for talking. Thanks for the shout-outs. Thank you for your service, and keep that thing facing upwards.
Thank you for what you do, Brian.
Good luck, Gary. Thanks. Shiny side up on the number 12. A little bit of damage, but not too much. No hammers are swinging, so that's always fun. Anybody who plays the game does not want to hear the hammers swinging. Who's that, Gary? That's Gary Heiser.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. We're just trying to find your car. Number 3, right there. Gotcha.
Yes,
People got to be
sir.
that car is that's a very intimidating paint job.
Yes, sir. The Good Ranch has always been and always will be an intimidating paint scheme. The best
Yeah.
drove it. I just try to do the best I can with it.
The strategy this evening is a little weird because we had a really, really early caution. Some drivers pit to top up, some didn't. So it could get kind of fun watching these pit stops play out over the course of this race, as of right now anyway, because we were getting near the end of a pit cycle. Did that mess you up, that second yellow coming out when it did?
No, I actually had a few extra laps to go because during every lap under caution, I'll pit for tires and fuel. And my strategy is just to stay at the back to avoid the wrecks. And with like 20 to go or after our last pit stop, then I'll make my way to the front, get up there and mix it up with the good guys.
Yeah, start being a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, I don't want my car all beat up at the beginning. That way I can keep the draft good and be there at the end, maybe have a shot at the win.
Yeah, that's the thing. The points are tight, like really tight. We were watching after race number 4, the official points locked in, all the standings here in the Shake and Bake series. Anybody really in the top 30 can make it into the championship still with 5 races to go. So what's your schedule looking like? Are you able to make the rest of these races?
I don't know. With the way I work, it's just hard to tell from one day to the next the way it's going to be. I'd love to be able to make them, love to run for a championship, but it's just hard to tell.
Yeah, well, hopefully it works out because you're in that pack. That's I mean, as long as you're in that mix and you can stay consistent with the schedule, there's always a chance. And we're only halfway through this thing.
Yeah, I love the points race. Just stay back, stay out of trouble for the first part of it, avoid all the wrecks, and there at the end, be there fighting for a win. If anything, I aim for a top 5, and if you run consistently in the top 5, you can be good in the points. But every now and then, you may have a mess up or so. But yeah, I just like the points race until it gets close to the end.
Well, I wanted to say something, but if you don't mind, Blaine, want to cut in real quick. Gary,
Yep.
I just want to appreciate you coming out here and hanging out at Talladega Nights for over a year already, man. So I appreciate every race you come out and participate in, team races, and you're a blast, man. You're a good friend as well.
Man, I love what you guys do. It's a great thing. I love being here. Thanks to you, Blaine, for putting this on, man. This is just, it's awesome to be out here with you guys doing this. Thank you, Mr. Elliott, and your brothers and everybody who put this series on, this league. It's just a blast, man. It's an enjoyable race.
I appreciate the kind words, Blaine. I need to get us back up there. We're getting ready to hit turn 3.
Rock and roll,
Any
man.
shout outs real quick, Gary? Quick shout out.
Just a shout out to Blaine Donlin, the Elliots for putting all this on, and God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. Have fun the rest of the race. Keep her clean.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Gary Heiser driving the number 3 Goodwrench. Car driven by Dale Earnhardt. Lots of versions of that car. But that is probably one of the coolest ones. But either it says Plus on the hood or it says like Goodwrench or Chevy or whatever, but that paint scheme is always just cool. Getting ready to go green here as we take lap number 28. So like I was saying before, Jeffrey Elliott currently leading this race with only 1 pit stop. Chris Elliott and Larry Windham behind him. We're right in the cockpit of Chris. And I will be quiet so you can hear the engines because that's always way better than my voice. I love that cockpit view. It's always great. I guess I could turn steering wheels on. I race with the steering wheel off, but those top 3 cars, as we were saying before, so far on a one-stop pit cycle, because just how these yellows have come out. They opted not to pit because the first one came out so early, which forced these 3 guys to pit a little bit earlier into the initial green flag run. And then about a lap or 2 after they were done, the yellow came out again, so everybody who was going to pit pitted, but they had already gone down for service. So now track position again puts them up in the top 3. Elliott and Wyndham falling back a little bit on that low line, but they are at the front of the pack. A lot of drivers do opt to sit in the back so they can size up those accidents. The accidents bring out yellows and tightens the field back up again, so being in the back isn't really a bad thing. You either want to be in the front or the back, because at least if you're in the front, and the accident happens in your rearview mirror, and being way at the back, of course, you have enough time to react to that. 3 wide racing here, about 4 rows in. You got Nate Balser in the middle there in that black Van Halen car. Doug Hewlick on his right side, being followed by Craig Hagley in the 83, that brightly colored pink and blue car. Denny Carroll in the 41 in the middle, keeping it 3 wide. Where'd everybody go? Brian Lovell was forced to retire. Unfortunately, I guess they could not get that damage fixed. It didn't look bad from that replay of the damage. I mean, he did get up on 2 wheels and bounce off the wall a little bit, but I guess he went into the pits, let the crew work on it for a little while, got back out on the track, and if you can't keep speed, there's really no point. Currently focused here on the 88 of Grant Wesley, that orange and blue car. I love that paint job. That's one of my favorite cars. The Turbo NOS energy drink, or NOS Turbo. I don't drink it, so I don't know how to pronounce it. Being pushed in close proximity by the 55, one of his fellow racing companions over there at Rolling Thunder Gaming. They're looking to push that bottom line. Larry Wyndham in that green 09 is going to need to keep those left wheels down near that yellow. He's opened up a little bit of a gap there. Wesley will take that gap away if it... let's take a look from Wesley's cockpit. And he did just that. Larry Wyndham was opened up the door just a little too much, and Grant took it away. Bump drafting the 56 Elliott down the front straightaway. Grant is really good at holding that bottom line. The side-to-side movement is more amplified in the cockpit because of just internet latency. When you're actually on the track, it's not that bad. As the cars come sneaking down the front straightaway here. out of the trial to take number lap 35 of 57. "25 cars remain on track. 4 of them were forced to retire, 3 of them early. Take a look at the future broadcast schedule. Next week will be the 21st. No, today is the 21st. I forgot to change that. Join us next week when we remember to change the dates. It's the one thing I forgot to do. After every race completes, I go through the broadcast and update it for the next week, and then I usually double check it. That'll be race number 6. We say 6 of 12. It's actually 6 of 10 because that's when scoring stops. And the championship playoffs begin with the last 2 races of the bracket series. It goes from 10 to 5, and then from 5 to 1, there can be only one. Tarnation TV exclusively broadcasting live these races, and of course, because it's YouTube, we broadcast them live, and you can just keep rewatching them. So subscribe to the channel and do what you got to do. And stay tuned to this as we track the points to the end of the year. I'm going to roll through the pack here a little bit. Focus on Tom Dixon there in the 45. How you doing, Tom? I'm finer than frog hair. That will be his answer every single time. Being followed closely by Stephen Brandstetter in the 510. There's Michael Sanders, Danny Carroll. There's Pumpkin, also known as Bob Sire, in the 27. He is in control of the Dirt Series here at Talladega Nights, but he also likes to go super fast on the super speedways. But Bob is running the Gearheads Dirt Series Tuesday nights here at Talladega Nights. Those races start an hour earlier. These other events start at 9 p.m. Eastern. The Dirt Series on Tuesday running in control of this is Pumpkin, Bob, in the number 27. He runs this on Tuesday. It starts at 8 o'clock. Green flag at 8:30, which means the server will probably be up for practice around 7 p.m. And it is a lot of work. Your arms really get a workout, and so does your steering wheel. When I race on the dirt tracks, you're basically driving the car sideways the whole time. I'm not even kidding. You can get it out into like a 45-degree angle slide the whole way around these dirt tracks into the corners and stuff, and it's so much fun. And after the race is done, if I touch the plastic on the back of my steering wheel, it's hot. Because with the force feedback, it generates a lot of heat in there, so it's pretty neat to put the wheel through its paces and get it out on a short dirt track. None of the tracks that they race on the Tuesday, I believe, are longer than a half mile. So some of them are 0.3, 0.4 miles long. Dirt under the lights, so you get some nighttime racing there as well. A couple tracks look like they actually might be indoors, so I don't know what's going on over there, but it's an amazing. It's a ton of fun, and I gotta paint up a car and get out there and race on Tuesdays. So Pumpkin is the one to talk to about the Dirt Series, newly added to the schedule here at Talladega Nights on Tuesdays. Who else we got back here? Bill Evans in the 33. Back to the Future car. There's also a Back to the Future series on Mondays. All fun and games on Monday, though. No points are being tracked. It's just fun. Original Cup mod. Alex Moe in the 48. Last season number 1 here at Shake and Bake at Talladega. He he won a couple real nail biters, similar fashion that Jeffrey Elliott won a few weeks back. Just being in the right place at the right time. And he was a championship contender at the end of that season as well. Gary Mingus in the 12. Pat McCarskey in the bright blue 0 car with the yellow roll bars. That's cool. I like that contrast. Buffalo Bills, the blue and the red. Pat McCarskey behind him, Gary Heiser, who we talked to before, staying true to his prediction of just kind of wanting to chill out and hang out in the back. He'll probably, like he said, next pit stop, he'll be looking to push a little harder, but right now just happy to keep the car clean. And at the tail end, we've got Mike Mangialardi in the 029 Blackhawk Down Team Sabre. Old video games, man, they never die. The Delta Force series. Oh, who's that? Jeffrey Elliott. Inside his pit window because he pit last time. A little bit off pace. So that means that Larry Windham will not be far behind him. Where he is right now on the track, though, is not a good place to be if you need to pit. Larry needs to get down there or he could risk running out of fuel. He's still driving the car, so at 190 miles an hour, he's definitely coming down for fuel now. He found his way to the bottom. See if he can get it slowed down. No problem. He definitely hit the 55 mile an hour mark. And we will focus back on the lead pack. Very interesting pit cycles because of those early cautions that kind of set off a few of the cars. It's very, very cool to watch. What could happen near the end of this thing. Because right now, everybody will be able to make it to the end on gas. Even the cars that are pitting right now, like Jeffrey and Jeff and Chris Elliott, Larry Windham, Tom Dixon, Bob Dixon, all those guys that are pitting early, they will be able to make it to the end of the race. But will they be able to get back out on track together, maintain a consistent, maintain form, like push each other, not try to pass each other, keep that speed up, maybe protect that bottom line from these guys. They're getting a little bit tight back here. Looks like they're trying to claim that low line. Nate got a little out of shape. Wonder if he's trying to get to the pits. Yes, he is. Good call. He forced his way down there, and they were nice enough to let him in. Green flag pit stops on lap number 45, at the end of lap number 45. Most of these cars, I'm assuming, will not take tires. If they do, it's going to only be one side, I would assume, because this is the final pit stop of the evening. Watching, currently focused on Nate. He's got left sides going on. And that's all he's going to get, as the pit crew always starts with the right sides. Clean in and clean out. Yellow flag is out. I just saw the flag man down there. And there goes the pace car. So they're, depending when the pace car left, these guys might be trapped in a wave around situation. Oh, maybe not. They're going to pass the pace car. Well, you know what? Let's follow the pace car. I'll go find out what happened. Just trying to find the moment of caution here. Oh, that'll be it right there. It happened directly in front of Michael Sanders and the 191. I'll just try to find the exact moment so I'm not wasting your time. It looked like it might have been under a pit cycle, maybe. Big check up there to avoid an accident. Wow, that's some pretty good driving by Michael, man. Like he did bump Steven a little bit, but that could have been a whole lot worse. So in front of him, it would appear. Oh, where's that happening? Right there. Hewlick is around. Back it up. Oh, the whole line right there just got bunched up. Looks like Doug got into the back of Hagley. Hagley's actually driving that thing sideways. The dirt track race is on Tuesday, Craig. That's how you drive on Tuesdays. Driving the car on a 45-degree angle. Doesn't look like too serious damage on Craig's car. A little bit of side damage, perhaps, but that's not horrible at Talladega. Talladega. We'll get back to live racing here. So they may need to sort some stuff out here because of when that yellow came out. There was a bunch of cars on pit road. It's currently scoring Grant Wesley in first position. I was saying the cars may have been caught in a wave around situation where that would mean when the pace car comes out, you kind of, like the pace car sort of splits the field in half. So it's going to score a bunch of guys who shouldn't be a lap down, and then the wave around would be, okay, well, you don't need to pit anymore because you just did. Got trapped by the pace car. You're able to pass the pace car and go all the way around to the back to get on the lead lap without a penalty. But I'm sure the admins are working that out right now. Jeffrey hasn't sent anybody up here to the Tarnation blimp for an interview. Therefore, they are probably discussing it amongst the administrators how to fix any issues that possibly occurred when that yellow came out. It probably wasn't a 50-50 split on the pits, but you never know. Yeah, some cars look to be lifting, finding new positions. Heading down the pits is always good. I saw Chris Elliott, he head to pit road there. Do a little bit of service. That'll also reset his position because the pits sort of acts like that. If you're not sure where you're supposed to be and you're going to need some gas, you might as well just go down there and the game will have a little bit easier time putting you back in your spot. But yeah, ignore that at the bottom. Race number 6 on the 28th of January is when we will be back live. And here are the other series, which I've been talking about all night. Monday's Back to the Future, the Gearheads Dirt Series on Tuesday, run by number 27, Bob Sire, a.k.a. Pumpkin himself. Used to run that series over at East Coast Thunder, and it has migrated over here to Talladega Nights. I just realized how sloppy this graphic is. Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Friday. At least the series proper. Friday it is the Fast and Furious Truck Series, and Saturday it is, of course, Talladega Nights Season number 2 of the Shake and Bake, which you're watching right now. So yeah, maybe I should flip those around, because that's not what my calendar looks like. Let's take a roll through the pack here. Who's in first? Let's see. We got Grant Wesley in first. We'll go from the front all the way to the back. Let's get some hood cams here. Yeah, these guys probably got the positions figured out. Let's see, what are we doing? Lights are off, so we're going green next time. We got Grant, first place. Greg Lovell. Mark Paglia. Ken Roberts. Nate Belser. Gary Heiser. Keith Bynum. Jeffrey Elliott. Tom Dixon. Larry Wyndham. Denny Carroll. Michael Sanders. Alex Moe, also known as Pack. Stephen Brandstetter. Chris Elliott. Bill Hemi Evans, Craig Hagley. Hagley able to keep it on the track, so hopefully no bad damage to him. Doug Hillock. Gary Mingus. Pumpkin. Bob Dixon with the factoids. Oh, we got factoids. Bob Dixon with the factoids. Wow, that was professional. I had that graphic up here the whole time. Wesley, Lovell, Roberts, Paglia, Heiser, Nate, Wyndham, Jeffrey, Tom, Denny, Michael, Alex, Stephen, Chris, Doug, Bill, Craig, Pumpkin, Bob, Gary Mingus, Bob Dixon, and of course, Pat McCarsky, Mike Mangialardi, and Outlaw in the back. The sloppiest possible way I could have done that. Thank you for watching Tarnation TV. Unsubscribe and thumbs down the video as we go green with 7 laps to go. Lap number 51 is the lap we're going to take. Should I cover it up again with this again? Try to watch try to watch what I'm talking about through this. Maybe not. Apologies, I'm one man. This just in. A few black flags on the start, probably for passing under or passing before the line. Those will be cleared. Unfortunately, the number 20 car of Randy Claflin has retired because he ran out of fuel. -4 laps on the scoring for him, so he unfortunately couldn't make it back to the pits. Much like probably what happened, we were watching Larry on that high angle. He had to drop a lot of speed to find a hole to get down to that bottom side, because if he went one more lap around, he probably would have ran out of fuel. And that's probably what happened to the number 20 car, Randy Claflin. He probably just got caught in a spot where he couldn't make it to pit row without wrecking anybody, and unfortunately could not make it all the way around to top up. So that's too bad for Randy. He has a lot of races under his belt here too. So hopefully he's able to make it to the next 4 races, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. 5 races. Sorry, because yeah, it's scoring stops after 10 for race 11 and 12. So with 5 races to go before the playoffs start, lots of time to get back in there. Lap number 53 of 57. This is now a race back situation. If a yellow flag does come out, to lock the field in, they will have to come around to the stripe to take that yellow. Down the back straightaway, the front pack is staying in line, led by Grant Wesley. Mark Paglia behind him, and Nate Balzer. Greg Level and Ken Roberts holding that middle line, the fastest line around this track. 2.66 miles, Talladega Superspeedway. It's not the shortest distance around the track, but it is the fastest. Level peeking to the inside. A position I would not want to be in this late in the race is first, because you are racing 100% out of your review mirror right now if you are Grant Wesley. Trying to keep those guys behind you. It looks like Nate moves to the outside, and he's got a lot of help. Grant is a veteran out here, but so is Nate, and he is being pushed by Greg, who is also a veteran. Jeffrey Elliott trying to join that pack and push Nate in the 079, that black car on the left side of your screen, to the front. A third line on the bottom trying to start. Grant Wesley abandons the middle line, leaving Mark Paglia possibly... Nope. Greg and Nate abandoned Jeffrey, Alex, Tom, and Pat on the high line to jump down to that middle line once it was relinquished by Grant. Door to door coming down the back straightaway. Nate right there with Grant. Tom Dixon up into the wall, but he'll be all right. That'll just slow you down a little bit. He'll have to drop back and find a spot in the back. Alex Moe with a big move to the outside. And the Burgundy Lowe's car at the top. Paglia wants to get pushed by him. Nobody knows where they want to go. Everybody wants to get to the front. Oh. That would be why that happened. Yellow flag is out. So that was a race back situation. So it looks like your winner will be Grant. I'm so focused on the race, I was not watching. So we are right now in instant replay mode. I'm just looking for the point of caution. Get a wide angle of this. Speed it up a little bit. See what it looks like in fast forward. Oh, I think it would be right about there then. That looks like Steven Brandstetter. Go back until we find him. Oh, yeah, okay. It looks like that's 3 wide racing from the middle line up. That's really, really tight right there. The low line was actually the middle line, so that really cramped that high side. Not a whole lot of damage there. Nate. It's scoring Nate in first position. I thought it was Grant. We're still in replay mode here because we're not in live mode. Yeah, it looks like at the line, it was probably Nate. My scoring said it was Grant. This is the replay to the finish. This is race back situation. This is super, super close because my scoring at the time said that it was Grant, but this is for the win right here. Sorry, I didn't catch it live. I did not realize the yellow flag was in the air. That is Nate Balser in the 079 by an absolute nose. Holy moly. That is crazy. They are actually, you guys can't see it, but the timing on that, let's see, Grant Wesley at 48774 and then 487723. So that's like 5/100ths of a second. So we will definitely have to congratulate Nate on that wild finish. I didn't even realize the yellow was out because it was so exciting. Scoring for me had Grant at the line at number 1. Me forgetting, of course, it takes about 5 seconds for that data to update.
Ding dong. Knock.
Good day, Jeffrey. Photo finish.
What a crazy race. What a heck of a finish, huh?
I thought Wesley had it, and I just realized, I went back and looked at the super slow motion replay because it was that close, dude. It was like Grant had a .77 and Nate had a .74 at the line. It was literally half a bumper, and they're going to roll them. Congratulations, Nate. You just got rolled.
Yeah, here I go. I'm going to give a little love. But listen, I'm going to bring you up here after you do your winners burnout up there. I want to bring you up so you can let the audience listen to factoids at the same time.
Perfect. Thank you very much, sir.
Plan? All right.
Yep.
I'm going to stay here with you, and then I'll move us both up there after the burnout, okay?
Okay. Watching the burnout. Congratulations to Nate Balser, winning by a hair at the line. Crazy close finish. The race may not have ended under green, but the race back situation with 2 to go is phenomenal.
Are you doing the burnout now?
He's working on it. He's got the flag out the window, and he's going around to the tarmac there at the end of pit road.
Yeah, Bob is waiting.
He's starting his burnout now, sir.
Tempo.
He's trying to get it to burn out, but it won't. He must. I don't know what's going on here.
He wore that motor out. Well, let's go. You got him on the winner circle right now on the broadcast?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll bring you up there. We can just go ahead and get the factoids. He's waiting. We can knock that out while he's doing his burnout.
Perfect. Nate wins the race.
All right, you are in the driver's room, Mr. Broadcaster yourself.
Awesome. Man, what a photo finish, Nate. Holy moly.
We'll get to the guys at the podium here. We're going to listen to Bob Dixon's factoids. Go ahead, Bobby.
Thanks a lot, Brian.
All right, guys. Top 5 fastest laps of the night under the factoids. In honorable mention was Craig Hagley. In 5th place was Bill Evans. Bill did a 47.898 second lap. That's 199.925 mile per hour on lap 10. 4th was Gary Heiser. Heiser did a 47.881 second lap. That's 199.996 mile per hour, lap 11. 3rd was Nate Balser. Congrats on your win, Nate. Nate did a 47.869 second lap. That's 200.046 mile per hour, lap 22. 2nd was Brian Lavelle. Brian did a 47.785 second lap. That's 200.398 mile per hour, lap 10. And the fastest lap of the night goes to Steven Brandstetter. Steven did a 47.769 second lap. That's 200.465 mile per hour, lap 10.
There you go, Steven.
And your most laps led was Chris Elliott with 18, Grant Wesley 10, Doug Hewlick 10, Greg Lovell 7, Larry Wyndham 3, Nate Balsard 3. Whoo, Nate, the right 3, Nate. Craig Hagley 2, Jeffrey Elliott 2, Bill Evans 1, and Pumpkin 1. And that's your factoids of the night.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Bobby Dixon.
Thank you, Bob.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
man.
bring Blaine back down to his broadcasting. We're going to do the podium of top 3, so please stick around.
Not everybody.
Top 3, please.
I didn't even realize I scored.
Good night, buddy.
Thank you. Where are we? Oh, goodness. That's a cool looking screen. Okay, this one. There it is. What happened? Oh. Yeah, get out of the way. There it is. We want the finishers. That's what we want. Congratulations on Nate on his super close victory there. And of course, thank you to Bob Dixon for the factoids of the night. You can see how close that is. Nate winning the race, and Grant Wesley is 0.13 behind him. You saw him from there. He barely won by a bumper. Jeffrey Elliott in the Tarnation TV booth. What's going on, man? Ding dong, let me get the door. Oh, hello, Jeff.
Hey, buddy. How you doing up there in the booth, Mr. Blaine?
Oh, wild finish, man. What do you got?
Oh, I can't wait to watch it. I'm going to bring you your third place finisher tonight.
Awesome. So that'll be Mr. Greg Lovell in the 088 car.
He gets a lot of interviews, don't he? But let me
He
go
does.
grab him for you. Let me jump in the fast lyric jet. I'll be right back, sir.
As Jeffrey goes and fetches Greg, the stats down the bottom you can see here. Caution flags, 4 flags out for yellow. A total of 14 of the 57 laps were run under yellow, and the lead changes between 10 drivers, 13 lead changes. 13 lead changes. Mr. Lovell, welcome to the Tarnation TV blimp. Another first place qualify with a podium finish.
I'll take it.
The Jeffrey was telling me they finally fixed your local internet service provider, finally got their stuff together and got your stuff fixed.
Yeah, they finally fixed it.
Yeah, the car looks awesome out there today. Solid and no need to fall out of line and all that nonsense. So that's an awesome bonus. So yeah, tell us about that, because you led 7 laps. You ended up 3rd place. So that's firmly got you in those point standings.
Yeah, it was, once I got right behind Nate, I was going to try to help him win. Nate's had some bad luck lately, man. It ain't all about winning all the time, you know. Sometimes I like to push one of my friends to a win.
Yeah, especially in that situation when you're still going to get a podium finish. Why not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good to see Nate up there. That was a surprise to me, because watching it live on the broadcast, I didn't even realize the yellow came out until the pace car come off the wall there. So I was like, oh, I've got to go back and figure out who won this thing. And yeah, you pushed him, and he won by 1 headlight.
Me and I think it was Ken. I mean, our bumpers was just about even at the line.
Yeah,
For
that
third
top.
place.
Yeah, the top 6 cars were all within 1 second of Nate going over that line.
Well, Greg, hey, I'd like to thank you for coming out again, like always, man. First, I'd like to say I'm glad you have your internet fixed, man, because you are looking good out there, and I think that's a huge stress release off for you as a driver to come out here and be competitive and race as hard as you want now. So, man, appreciate you coming out to Talladega Nights. And you've been a big help to us in admitting. So congratulations on your third place. And is there anybody you'd like to thank? A little shout out to any kids, families, Jeffrey, anybody you might know of?
I don't think I got any family watching, but, not normal. Give a shout out to BSR is my main league I race in during the regular season, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Friday nights. So when the season starts, I'll probably be running over there quite a bit. But I'll be here still too. But Blaine, you did a great job, and Jeffrey, y'all got a good thing going here, man. I feel like I'm getting sick, to be honest with you.
Oh man, that's good. That's not good. We know a few other people out here tonight are sick with COVID and the flu, and it's tough on everybody right now. But 31 drivers tonight. Blaine, Greg, I thought the weekend was great. Last night, caution free, 27 drivers, 32 tonight. It's getting better and better and better. So, but we have a different group just about every weekend, so you really don't know who's going to show up, but some really great talent out there. I give it up to all 32 drivers that came out tonight. Thanks, guys. I'm going to turn it over to Blaine, but I want to say congratulations again, bud.
Appreciate it. I'll catch y'all next time. Thanks, Blaine.
Right on. Thanks a lot, Greg. Have a good night.
You too, buddy.
A little under the weather and still got a podium finish. You want to know how to win? Follow that guy. Wait for the waiting for the doorbell. Yeah, we got doorbell sound effects. We're gonna burn them out. What's up, Jeffrey?
Blaine, how you doing again? It's me back up here. I had to run him home. I had to jog him back down to his car. So I'm gonna land it here. So I'm gonna
the Tarnation TV wheelbarrow.
The wheelbarrow that'll work, man. I also got to put 6 on it. Painted fuchsia, purple, or whatever pink. Anyways, let me go grab that second place guy. His name is Grant Wesley, but I think a lot of people know him in the sim world.
Yeah, Grant Wesley, a big name in the sim world, especially this game. Rolling Thunder Gaming is where I originally raced with this guy. Grant Wesley, second place finish, like just barely. I thought you won, and what a wild finish that was. Super close.
Hey boys, glad you could have me. Yeah, those finishes are what you strive for, racing Talladega races. It's kind of nature of the beast. It creates tight racing, and I'm just glad I could be a part of it tonight. Congratulations to Nate on his win.
Super, super close. What's your schedule look like for this thing? Are you able to make a few more of these? Because it's always fun when you come down here to Talladega Nights.
Yeah, man, I like running with you guys. It's kind of hit and miss. I run so many leagues throughout the week. Saturday is sort of my off night. I try to get a little breather from it, but every once in a while you're just like, gosh dang, I just want to go race. So you just jump back on. So I'll be hit and miss.
What's so funny this time, Blaine and Grant? I didn't invite Grant. Did I all week? I didn't bother you. I didn't blow your Facebook up. I was a good boy. He actually wrote to me and says, I might make it tonight. I'm like, well, how are you? Anyways, good to see you, man. Congratulations on your second place. I'm sure your girlfriend's probably getting mad at you because you're racing 9 days a week. But hey, kudos to the girlfriend for allowing you to do this. That means a lot to them. So congratulations again. Any shout outs you want to throw out there?
I just want to thank Ken Roberts, for the help there at the end, and Mark Paglia. We were working really well together. And there's a few other guys that I enjoyed running around tonight. So yeah, shout out to those guys. Thanks for the pushing and help. I'd like to thank, you guys for putting this on. Blaine, man, I watch your broadcast. They're pretty cool and very unique. I'm kind of looking forward to watching it. Jeff and Chris, you guys are doing an awesome job here with you and your crew. Keep doing what you're doing. I'd like to thank my friends and family for watching, and my girlfriend Brittany.
Well, that's awesome, man. And RTG guys, you guys are a special breed. This is what you guys do. You're the best of the best, and I'm glad you guys come out here and show your talents and teach the rest of us how to get it done. And we're all going to learn, man. We learn from you. We're Ken Roberts, Kelly Causey's come a long way. You know, I watch you guys' races all the time. So Rodney Solins is a beast. A lot of great talent out there. Every top driver out there is awesome, from 0 to 42 or 40. So thanks again for coming out here, man. Blaine, ask me any other questions you'd like to finish up this, and I'll let you guys talk.
Yeah, I was just going to say thanks again for coming out. Thanks for the kind words. And I think that paint scheme on that 88 is probably one of my favorites. I love that thing. Who painted that?
I need to give a shout out to Brian Bell. Some of you may know him. He's not been around in a while, but hopefully he's been talking about getting back into it. So hopefully he does. But yeah, he's an awesome painter.
Yeah, that thing, I don't know. Something about that orange and the blue, it's just great.
That's a cool color. And if it's Brian Bell with like a baseball thing on his Facebook, is that him? Because I've been blowing that guy up for a year waiting for a response. But anyways, that's him.
Yeah, he's got some back issues. He's had them for years, and he's fighting that battle, trying to get over his pain in his back and neck. So hopefully he can get around that soon and get back on.
Roger that, man. Well, listen, I hope you I know you're under the weather a little bit. I pray for you. Hope you get better, my friend. And congratulations on second place.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Grant. Have a good evening.
You as well.
Grant Wesley. Number second. He started in second and he finished in second. So he didn't move all night. The doorbell again already. Hey, what's happening? What can I do for you? I wonder how long it'll take that doorbell to get old. Nate, what's happening, man? Congratulations. What a finish. I thought you had second place. I didn't even realize the yellow came out. And then he's still ringing the doorbell? Jeffrey. But yeah, I was watching the battle that you guys were going to the line the last couple laps. And then I'm like, oh, the pace car just came out because I saw you guys fan out. So I'm like, oh man, I got to rewind this now to see who got this thing, because it was telling me it was Grant. Photo finished, dude. Like, you barely got him by a bumper. What an awesome finish. Congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Blaine, a lot. Yeah, and I got to definitely give a hand out to Greg LaBelle. I mean, that guy really pushed me to the end there, and I think he made all the difference. And I enjoy running with the guy. And I think the last couple of laps there is just take the gloves off and let's get to it and see how it pans out.
Yeah, coming down that hill out of the tri-oval too, it was like the perfect bump to push you ahead. But no damage or anything on that car, because I believe you got in a couple little spins there.
Yeah, and I was fortunate not, the hammers never came out, and I was pretty happy with that. I thought I was going to go sit there for a while in the pits and get pounded on for a while, but they never came out, and so I felt pretty good about that.
Well, Nate, thanks for coming out again, dude. It's always a pleasure to have you out here at Talladega Nights. Chris and I and Bob, we love to see every one of you guys come out. Maybe we'll fill up 42 one night when everybody can be here at the same time. But, man, 32 cars tonight. Awesome. I was there at the end, man. I was top 10, fighting 3 wide. What a finish. I can't wait to watch it, the broadcast and the race itself. Man, that was some racing right there. And, you can only get as far as you get when there's 3 wide. But Pack made a heck of a move, and people just moved around. Hey, man, you have to be there at the end. It's all about the car behind you, man. So good job.
Oh, yeah, it was a rush. It was quite a rush. And to even have a hint that you might have won it, because I wasn't sure either. I thought that, that Grant Wesley might have taken it. And, hey, I was ecstatic for second. And then when you have a hint that you might have won it, it's a great feeling. It really is. You work so hard. All these guys are fantastic racers. So when you come up on top of these guys, it's a job, and it's a good feeling.
It should put a smile on your face for until next race, because if you can beat that guy named Grant Wesley at the stripe, you did something right. That guy is a beast at Talladega Nights.
Guy knows what he's doing. Yeah, absolutely. I'm honored. Absolutely.
All around great race. I'm gonna let Blaine finish up with you. I just want to say thanks for coming out again, man, and hope everything's going well, get better, and we're all praying for everybody. And good job tonight, bud.
Thank you, Jeffrey, very much, bud.
Yeah, so here's the thing. The points after race number 4 coming into this thing, you're sitting in 20th, 113 out of the top 10. So, of course, leaving this race with 180 points. And some of the drivers above you didn't win tonight, obviously. So that's putting you in contention to run for this playoff championship, the 2 races at the end of this deal, race 11 and 12. Does your schedule allow you to make the majority of these next 5 races?
Absolutely, and I'm going to be here, and I'm going to do my best to cross the T's and dot the I's and do everything right and get as close as we can,
That's the thing. Yeah, it's all about just coming in here and finish consistent. So, I mean, you don't necessarily even need to win again, but definitely aiming for, I'm guessing, top 10s, top 5s.
Sure, I'm gonna try. Absolutely, get a good run. Guys like Greg and a lot of the guys I chat with and help each other out, and that's and a little bit of good luck.
Right on, man. Any shout outs you got to toss out to family members or pizza delivery guys or anything?
Sure. Our dog, Bo, he always watches the TV. My wife and 2 daughters here at home. My daughter that she doesn't live with us, but she watches. My sister watches, and I'd like to give a big shout out to all of you. I love you guys very much. You're a huge support for me, and I couldn't do it without you. Thank you.
Well, we had 50 hits tonight on this live broadcast, so they were probably among the 50.
Yeah.
And you know what, guys? That's crazy because it wasn't going to be broadcast until what, Blaine? Hour and a half before?
Yeah, it was tight because the race goes live at 9, and it was about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Yeah, it was within a couple hours of go time when we got the green light.
When we got the green light, the negotiations went behind the tables with the big shots at that Talladega Nights, and Tarnation TV came to a great result. And I was back on the computer busting this live broadcast to everybody I can possibly imagine. So 50 hits tonight or live or whatever. That's awesome.
Yep.
You guys are so underrated. You both just work. You put all your effort into this for so many people. And from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to thank both of you guys.
Thank you, man. We need the drivers on the track. So the fact you guys come out every week and are able to do this makes this thing look way more professional than it actually is.
Yeah, tell Mama hi. Thank you very much.
You got it.
But yeah, thanks a lot for the kind words, man. Yeah, we put a lot of work that past year. Blaine and I worked great together. I'm like a driver / broadcaster, not very good at one, but yeah, it's like we planted the seed and it's slowly growing. So let's just continue the journey.
Amen. And I'll be here next weekend.
All right, I'm gonna let Blaine finish it up with you. Thanks a lot, Nate. Congratulations on your win. I got your picture screen printed. It'll be on the internet soon on the website.
Thank you, my man. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Blaine.
Yeah, that's all I can say. I guess it's thanks, Nate. Have yourself a good night. We'll see you back here next week, and we're rooting for you.
I'll bet. You bet I will. And you guys be safe and take care. Thank you.
Thanks, Nate. Well, Blaine, it's been a pleasure, my friend. Been a pleasure. Yeah. Thanks for having me as your co-driver, co-host, doorbell man. But it worked. Well, does it sound cool, the doorbell?
It does. It works out pretty good. At the very first time you rang it, I don't believe the broadcast picked it up because I was still in the pre-race, and no mics are running in the pre-race. So, but yeah, definitely the rest of the time it was great. And thanks for running the TeamSpeak too, because to get the high quality full screen feed out, I can't run anything like a TeamSpeak software without another person doing it. So,
dude, I'm zipping.
Hats off there.
I was even in first place.
I was going to say
people down there, man. I was zipping.
I'm thinking this guy's in first, and he's driving with one hand. Got a cigar in the other one, and somehow still running the doorbell and doorbell, cigar, driving, and still chucking people around TeamSpeak. So yeah, thanks, man, for all your help.
Yeah, I want to wrap it up and say thank you, as you can tell, everybody loves you, man, because you're unique. You have your own style. You do a great job. I love you. I go to bed.
Okay, small glitch there. We're back live again. Everything just exploded in a ball of fire. We put the fire out. So yeah, Jeff, you were thanking your entire crew, and then the whole thing crashed.
Is that when it stopped? So I'm
That's
like
pretty
an
much
actor
it.
now. I'm like in rehearsal. So let me say this again. No, I'm just kidding. I want to thank you, obviously, Tarnation TV, man. You're a beast. Obviously, they probably already heard that. You're one of a kind. People love your style, man. Just keep going with it. We all love it here. We wouldn't have you out here if we didn't think you were great. So thanks again. We love you. I want to
Thank you very much.
2 other owners, my brother Chris Elliott, Bob Dixon. Thank you guys very much. Thank Ken Roberts as our head admin, and Greg Level and Keith Bynum. We don't use them that much, but they're always there to help us when we need them. So, and thanks to all the drivers over the weekend. What a great, successful weekend at Talladega nights on the Friday and Saturday. So until next race, everybody, thank you for watching. And Blaine, you're amazing.
Thanks for the kind words, man. It's awesome to be part of this thing. So have yourself a fantastic evening and have fun combing through the replays for the next 3 days.
That's why I have my staff, sir. I leave it up to them now. I just push the buttons, you know.
Nice.
Okay. It sounds easy. All right, my friend. Thanks, and have a great week. And I'll see you on Friday, but I'll talk to you during the week.
Right on, man. Thank you very much.
Don't work too hard.
I won't.
Peace out, everybody. Talladega Nights. Let's go.
Jeffrey Elliott, league owner of Talladega Nights. Thank you very much for the kind words. We'll see you back here next Saturday. Sorry about that slight glitch. I was going to try to play a replay of the finish, and then the whole stream decided to shut itself down, which is always a fantastic feeling, but at least it happened after the race. During the race, not so much fun. I'm going to see if I can get you that replay again as we work our way out of this. It looks like we're going to be successful this time. And thanks again for watching Talladega Nights, the Shake and Bake series, season number 2, race number 5. Congratulations to Nate, the winner of tonight's race, by an absolute nose. It looked like it was probably about a few 100ths of a second. I'm going to take another look at it here in the instant replay as we thank MANAHAN for the music provided this evening. Quality heavy metal music. Let's see here, lap number. All right, let's go back a couple laps and we'll send you into replay mode here. Thanks again to MANAHAN for the music. Thanks again to everybody who is watching this race. Subscribe to the channel if you liked it. Thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks for everybody who was speaking to me in the chat. It looks like Bob was commenting on some stuff, but it's hard for me to watch those screens. Until next week, I've been your host, Blaine Donlin. You've been awesome. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. And always remember, keep your stick on the ice.
Moving on past the scene, the evidence technician surveyed the muddy ground. One officer took a shovel, dug down about 6 inches, pulled up something hard.